Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. We live in an unbelievable climate, and my goal is to help you make sense of this craziness. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. I'm going to give you some information in this video that's going to make you scratch your head and make you go, is this actually happening? Yes. On your screen, you'll see a tweet from Eliza Relman, who works for Business Insider. Eliza Relman quoted Hogan Gidley, who's Trump's national press secretary. And Hogan Gidley said, and I'm quoting him, I can't make this up even if I tried. He said Trump is the most masculine person ever to hold the White House as the president of the United States. That's a completely normal thing to say about the person you're working for. Now, how did this actually end up happening? Fox News anchor Bill Hammer, and you'll see this tweet on your screen from Recount. Fox News anchor Bill Hammer asked Trump's National Press Secretary Hogan Gidley if the president feels emasculated from the social media crackdown. You have to listen to the response from Gidley. You have to listen to it to believe it. Let's roll the tape and listen to the response from Hogan Gidley, who is Trump's National Press Secretary. Let's watch.
With the social media crackdown, does he feel emasculated, especially as he heads out of office?
Look, I wouldn't say emasculated. I mean, if the most masculine person I think to ever hold the White House is the President of the United States.
Yeah. That actually really happened. So here's some other news that's just emerging as I'm recording this video. This was reported by Seung-Min Kim from the Washington Post, and you'll see her tweet on your screen right now. And by the way, you'll get a link to all of our resources, all the tweets in the description section below. So please make sure to check them out. Seung-Min Kim reported that Chuck Schumer, the new Senate Majority Leader, is exploring whether to invoke an obscure power which allows Senate leaders to reconvene the Senate in times of emergency to hold an impeachment trial immediately after the House impeaches Trump. By the way, Trump will be the first president, hopefully the only president in the history of the United States to be impeached by the House twice. But I want to be clear, Trump would have to be impeached in the Senate also in order to be able to not run for re-election again. That, we'll have to wait and see if something like that happens. But Chuck Schumer is going to try and push to try and make that happen. And here's a follow-up tweet from Seung-Min Kim. To be clear, both Chuck Schumer and the outgoing Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell would have to agree to reconvene in an emergency because it's Mitch McConnell who decides whether this impeachment trial is going to be taken up on the floor of the Senate. That's what Mitch McConnell will decide before the 20th of January. But at least, and this is what Seung-Min Kim writes, but at least this punctures McConnell's argument that there is no way to bring the Senate back before the 19th of January. So could there be the fastest impeachment by the House and the Senate? I just want to be clear. Trump is going to be impeached in the House. They do have enough votes. I believe there was an objection today, but they're going to take another shot at it in a couple of days, and Trump is going to be impeached in the House. The question is, can Schumer find a way to get McConnell, to get the Senate back in session, to have Trump be impeached by the Senate as well? So Seung-Min Kim writes, you'll see her tweet, this punctures McConnell's argument that there is no way to bring the Senate back before January 19th, absent unanimous consent, which puts the focus back on Mitch McConnell. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Now, speaking of an abnormal news day, here's a tweet on your screen from Scott Wong, who writes for The Hill. And Scott Wong reported that 22 former Republican members of Congress call for the impeachment of Donald Trump, who they say, I quote, actively orchestrated an insurrection against a co-equal branch of government. Just some astonishing information here. And you can see this entire letter on your screen. Dear members of Congress, as former Republican members of Congress, we strongly encourage you to fulfill your constitutional duty to uphold the integrity of the legislative branch and protect American democracy by impeaching President Donald J. Trump. This is from former Republican congressmen and congresswomen. Quite mind-blowing. Let's skip through to the next page of this letter and I'll read the last paragraph. Other than declaring war, the decision to remove a sitting president of the United States from office is likely the biggest decision you will face in your time in Congress. As it is, our founders had the insight to know that this may be at times necessary. Unfortunately, it's now necessary. During our entire careers, we upheld the rule of law and the Constitution of the United States. We took our oaths of office and our obligations to the American people very seriously, and we urge you to do the same. It's time once and for all to put country over party. And you'll see who this was signed by. Let's take a look at the next 2 pages. You'll see who signed this. You can see mounting pressure to impeach Donald Trump, not just in the House, but also the Senate. And I have big news, folks. This is breaking as I was recording this video. On your screen, you'll see a tweet from Jake Gibson, who works with Fox News, telling us that the acting Department of Homeland Security Secretary, the acting DHS Secretary, Chad Wolf, is stepping down. Also, you'll see this tweet on your screen. Jake Sherman from Punchbowl News just reported that on a Republican conference call just now, the Republican leader, Kevin McCarthy, the House Minority Republican leader from California, Kevin McCarthy, said that Trump does bear some responsibility for the riot at the Capitol, but he did encourage Republicans to stand united. McCarthy himself is not in favor of impeachment. I did cover McCarthy's letter to other Republican lawmakers in a previous video earlier today. Now, by the way, what's interesting about Chad Wolf's resignation, and this is mentioned by Gabriel Maller, who's an attorney, on Thursday, just a few days ago, Wolf issued a statement suggesting that Trump should condemn Wednesday's violence. And he also said he should stay on, he said he would stay on until the inauguration to ensure a smooth transition. Well, I guess that changed, and Chad Wolf is resigning. And here's a tweet on your screen from Melanie Zanona, who's a Congress reporter for Politico. Melanie reports that McCarthy told Republicans on a call that Trump told him that he does bear some responsibility for the riots. Incredible. And it seems that other sources have confirmed this as well. We'll have to wait and see what legal ramifications this has for Donald Trump. You'll see another tweet on your screen. This is from Heather Cagle, the co-congressional bureau chief of Politico. And Heather Cagle reports that House Speaker Pelosi has said, nah, we're not going to do censure. We're going to go all out for impeachment of Donald Trump. She said censure would be an abdication of our responsibility, she told Democrats on the caucus call. And it is a 3-hour plus call. The Democrats are united in making sure that Donald Trump is impeached in the House decisively and potentially also in the Senate. And here's reporting from Seth Abramson, who breaks this news live on air. Chuck Schumer is trying to force a Senate trial before the end of Trump's term via a rarely used Senate procedure. The end game here is to try and get rid of Donald Trump by getting him impeached in the House and the Senate before Inauguration Day, which would mean, if that happens successfully, Vice President Mike Pence would be President Pence attending the inauguration of President-elect Biden. Never before has this happened. Never before, I hope never before, does it happen again in our country. And by the way, as all of this is going on, as we are on the verge of a constitutional crisis, I believe we're actually already in a constitutional crisis. We are heading into no man's land right now. We are heading into potential, I don't even want to use the word, we're heading into potential conflict, not just a verbal conflict, but something beyond. Here's a tweet on your screen from Maggie Haberman from the New York Times. The Republicans are worried about, guess what? Fundraising. Yep. Very real concern about Republicans working on Senate races that Rick Scott, who backed the objections to the Pennsylvania results, Rick Scott, who backed the objections, will now not be able to raise money as different chairs of Republican committees because companies are now saying, nah, we're not going to give you folks money because you objected to the Electoral College certification process. That's it, everybody. Pretty incredible news. We live in incredible times. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll get a link to all of our resources, all the tweets I've referenced in the description section below. Definitely follow me on Twitter. You'll know what I'm reading, what I'm following in real time. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. We live in very, very unusual times. My goal is to try and help you make sense of this unbelievable world that we live in. Here's a little bit more information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Now, I encourage you to follow me on Twitter because you'll learn instantly in real time what I'm reading, what I'm thinking, because I'm on Twitter quite a lot. So definitely follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, as well as my Twitter handle, I discuss matters that are important to the country, matters that are important to the economy, and matters that are important to your money. This is an incredible, incredible climate that we live in, and I want to help you make sense of this unbelievable world around us. Now, remember, we release videos on a daily basis, so make sure you subscribe to our channel, make sure you enable notifications, and make sure you please give me a like because that tells the YouTube algorithm that you found this content helpful. Now, keep in mind that YouTube does not always send out notifications on time when I release new videos. That's just the way the algorithm works. So all you need to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. And then you'll be able to visit the homepage of our channel and watch our videos at any point in time that you want. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. You'll get exclusive news and alerts on Instagram. Remember, follow us on Twitter because you'll get real-time alerts on Twitter. Our Twitter community is growing very rapidly. In fact, I've been receiving notifications on my phone as I've been recording this that our Twitter followers are growing, and more of our fellow citizens are following me on Twitter. So definitely follow me on Twitter. Once again, the Twitter handle is ignition_time. One of the things I'm especially proud about is our community, not just here on YouTube, but also on Twitter. Please comment below, engage with our community, engage in a healthy, a respectful, a bipartisan debate, because if there's one thing we need as a country right now, it's a healthy, respectful debate. More understanding, more respectful engagements, as opposed to just arguing all the time and being at odds with one another. So I encourage you to comment below. Just comment below and let us know what you think of the content in this video and your thoughts on matters that are relevant to the country, relevant to the economy, and relevant to your money. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, you'll get a link in the description section below. In many cases, multiple links in the description section below, so you can learn more about our news sources and you can dig deeper into those news sources on your own if you choose to. Finally, please share this video with 2 friends or family members. That's all I ask. Please share the video with 2 friends or family members so that we can grow our community. Again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. I know that this kind of information, I know that the intense environment we live in is not a laughing matter, it's not a dancing matter, but I want to try and give you the news and give you the truth wherever it might lead us. That is my goal with the Ignition Time community. In the end, when all of this craziness is behind us, like I've said before, I want it to be raining money. I want there to be lots and lots of money, whether it's through stimulus, whether it's through a job, whether it's through a side gig, whether it's through your own business. I want it to be raining money. I want us to be happy. I want us to be smiling. I want us to be smiling. I want us to be in a party mode. I want there to be confetti everywhere. I want us to get this craziness, this unbelievable madness behind us, and one day we will, because I believe we'll end up stronger from this crisis. And one day, when all this craziness is behind us, we'll be dancing. And I'll be breakdancing because I have pretty bad breakdancing skills. And here's the rope. It was pretty hard to pull that imaginary rope. So that's it, everybody. I hope we get through this together. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my skills. Here's one more. Watch this. That was me pulling the imaginary rope towards the camera. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. Bye.